The amnesia Casanova goes out to stay at the March Inn with the other boarders. Because he still seems capable, Parfait set him to work as one of the March Inn servers. Anise protests that he remained in bed and made in bed fell on deaf ears. Parfait couldn't very well throw him out, not well knowing that he had nowhere to go. I would be incapable of showing him such kindness given all the nonsense he spouted us. True. The people that frequent the March Inn began to steadily ignore me altogether, like I do not exist. It is better than the stares and the hateful looks. Rumple, you aren't here to flirt. But this lovely lady is unattended. Sir Rumple, please, you're making me blush. Because the man couldn't remember his name, he fashioned one from his own curse. Rumple. I think it suits him. I will never understand Parfait. This amorous waste of space is about as useful as karma. I've returned! Speak of the devil. Did you miss me? Karma had left abruptly yesterday, saying that she had something very important to take care of. Walsh trailed in after her now, carrying several boxes in his arms. Why am I carrying these? Because you made me run that errand for you at the toy shop the other day. Because gentlemen carry things for ladies. I'm going to drop them now. Those boxes contain very important contents. Welcome home, Miss Karma. Nice to see you've survived the trip waltz. Thank you, Anise. So this is our new housemate. We have not had the opportunity to meet. I am... Look at the look on his face. We're all surprised when Rumple suddenly reaches out to grab Karma's hand. My life before this moment has been a depressing monochrome. Now that you have entered my bleak existence, I see everything in beautiful blazing color. Nothing shines more brightly, more vividly than you. I am Rumple, my sweet. Let's talk of marriage. I stare at Karma, waiting for her to flirt back. At the very least, I expect her to wave Rumple away for being a fool. She remains eerily silent. Answer, my angel. I beg of you. Keep. Say the word and it's done. Your filthy hands off of me. Oh. Not again. I would never be interested in the likes of you. Go on, lad. Give him a good beating like the one you gave to me. My queen, there's no need for violence. What did you call me? Please, calm down, Rumple is still recovering. What is going on? Karma's a man, doesn't take kindly to being flirted with. I proposed. She is a man? We've gone over this. But your voice, your face, your breast. Ow. That's what you're focusing on, pervert. I worship all aspects of the female form, but my particular favorite has always been... Ow. Do yourself a favor and shut up. I never would have known, but why would he do this? Don't look at me like that. I have my reasons. Is it because of your curse? Yes. I'm undone. My heart is in pieces. You knew him for 10 minutes. For those that can hear the music of their hearts like it takes only a look to fall madly and irretrievably in love. I must leave. My heart will need time to heal. The March Inn attracts all sorts, doesn't it? That one is entirely Parfait's fault. Alright, nothing to see here, back to work. I'm still in shock from what I've learned earlier. Karma, a man. It's not fair that he's so beautiful as a woman. If the female population of Angel knew the truth, Karma would be hunted down for making the rest of us pale in comparison. Anise being good, I suppose prepared a special lunch to welcome the newest March Inn boarders. We have all been invited to the private dining room. Excuse me, is Lady Parfait here? Prince Rod, perfect timing. Please join us for lunch. I only come to talk to you, Lady Parfait. But I'm hungry. I have no wish to make you wait while I eat. Come join us. Please, Your Highness, I've made too much as usual. You must help us finish. Very well. A cursed princess and a cursed prince. What an eccentric collection of friends you have, Lady Parfait. I wouldn't say they were eccentric, necessarily. The most eccentric one here, Rumple. Really now? I sit silently in my chair. I'm uncomfortable around so many people. Even when Mother was alive, I had all my meals alone, since my parents were always too busy to sit down for meals with me. The meals with Ophelia and her children were also always awkward and silent. Somehow the atmosphere here is lively and friendly, even though I barely know anyone here. Is something wrong? Excuse me? You barely touched your food. Don't you like it? Dolores said this was one of your favorites. I'm just not used to eating with company, that's all. They say that sharing a meal brings the family closer together. Garland. Oh my god, these guys. I apologize. Closer together, huh? So have you made any progress on how to do those good deeds, Princess? There's no way I'm admitting that I do not even know how to complete one. Oh, I forgot, you're not so good on the doing good front. You're not very helpful. Why don't you ask someone to teach you how to be good? What? Well, that's not something you hear every day. As in, take some kind of lessons? If you're having so much trouble on your own, you should ask someone to give you some advice or teach you. It's as simple as that. What is this I hear? The princess needs advice? Well then, she is in luck. I happen to give the most excellent advice, and believe me when I say I can teach almost anything. The princess is indeed lucky, as I am available for teaching duties. No doubt I'd be the better choice, as I don't go about deceiving the world. Excuse me? From one-sided flirting to bitter enemies and all in the span of a few hours. The man broke my heart! Anyway, I'd be happy to help you in any way I can, Princess. And I'm sure your stepbrother would be happy to help as well. Oh my god, are those all love interests? That's a lot. That's actually a lot. I don't think I would make the best teacher for this sort of thing. Why can't she be an option? She's so nice. I only teach others how to fight. Never mind the fact that Jurian herself still struggles to be good. What? You're lucky, aren't you? So many people are willing to help you. Why? Why are you all willing to help me? That's what we do at the March-In. We help each other. Lesson number 1. Doing good means helping whenever you can. Just let any of us know if you want our help. There's no one but yourself. You need not care for anyone but yourself. This is what Mother in the last few years have taught me. I've always been alone, and it's easier that way, and yet these strangers, these people that I've only known for a few days, are so willing to help me when they will gain nothing in return. Is this the goodness I was meant to see? Father? How can I even begin to trust and care for others when I have forgotten how to do so? I am slowly beginning to understand what I must do. New chapter. Chapter 2. The Decision. Okay, so when we have to make a choice, I feel like they only left us with one option. Because I don't want Miss Karma. I don't want Rumple. And that's my stepbrother, so no stepbrother. And then we just left with little boy over there. Hopefully, if we do end up on his love story, and then his curse somehow breaks, he gets older, because, oh, I can't. I don't see why this is necessary. Of course this is necessary, Princess. You work to show you can be useful. For the last half hour, Parfait and Delora have been debating what chores they want to give me. I cannot believe they're seriously going to make me work like a commoner. No freeloaders at the margin, remember? And you can't pull the princess card anymore now that you're a homeless peasant. Being demoted to homeless peasant is not my fault. If you really think about it, it was kind of me to demote you. Stop teasing her, Delora. Z has had a lot thrown at her already. I'm only speaking the truth. Besides, working to live is the commoner's way of life, but at least it's rewarding. But if you do nothing, you get nothing. No food, no clothes, no bed. You are no longer a princess, Z. Life here at the margin is comfortable, and you need to work for comfort, remember that. What do you do is your choice, princess. Do I even have a choice? Not really, no. Let's see. How about cooking duties? No way, she'd burn a salad. True. She could be a receptionist. Then we lose all of our... You're just gonna be negative about all of them, okay? Then we lose all of our customers. That's probably true. I'm right here, you know. Sorry. Do you have any useful skills at all? As a princess, I had servants who did everything for me. They cleaned my room, helped me dress. How much I possess skills for things I have never done? Aha! I found the perfect job for Cinderella. Oh, something happened. Oh, excuse me? You're gonna make me sweet? Ta-da! Z will be in charge of sweeping the margin floors. What? Perfect. Even she should be able to do that. Dude, when I was a kid, I remember my dad would always be like, you can't even sweep. So, this is kind of hidden in a hard place. Could you, princess? I refuse. But look, I even put a cute little ribbon on the broom just for you. It's your very own special broom. You're not helping, Parfait. I know you're trying to be nice, but who cares about that stupid ribbon? A princess does not clean. Hard-headed as ever. Don't worry, I have a fix for this. What? Oh, you know. Suddenly the broom flies in my hands and pulled helplessly along as the thing begins to sweep the floor. I would just let go and be like, look, it's sweeping on its own. You don't need me. I try to pull my hands away, but they may as well be glued to the broom. They do not budge. Oh, she thought about that. What have you done? You should be thanking me. I'm helping you with your duties. Delora, isn't this a little too much? Oh, nonsense. The princess is learning useful new skills. Mr. Broom will teach her everything she needs to know. If the floor is dirty, Mr. Broom will come to life and start sweeping, and it will not stop until the floors are spotless. Oh, wait. God, it's so hard when they're both on screen. They have such different voices. If the floor is dirty, Mr. Broom will come to life and start sweeping, and will not stop until the floors are spotless. What? Come on, Parfait. They've got time for a cup of tea. But she'll be fine. A little sweeping never killed anyone. So we'll be the first. You're dreadful. Enjoy your time with Mr. Broom. Wait! They really just leave? Hey, slow down. The broom begins to sweep faster. Despite my protest, I'm still forced like a puppet to sweep the floors with grudging tenacity. I can barely catch my breath after that. Oh no, I got hiccups. That's not good. Princess! Parfait sent me to check. How lovely. It's so clean. I can see my reflection on the floorboards. I'm impressed. Don't even think about stepping into this room with your dirty shoes. Goodness, I didn't know princess could be such terrifying creatures. You are aware that the margin is opening soon, yes? The floor isn't going to stay clean forever. Then do not open the margin. I do sympathize with you, princess. It is difficult adjusting to the commoner's life. What would you know about that? More than you think. What? Oh, did I let that slip? That was my mistake. Carver smiles at me, his eyes gleaming with playful mischief. He is definitely hiding something.